We're on the air. You want to say hi to everybody? Scoot over here. Say hi. You want to say hi to everybody? This is Marley, and I'm Danny. And this is sort of new. So we're just on here sharing ourselves, or sharing how we walk through life every day and feel peaceful and find a way to be kind. And so this is a little test run for us. And playing the drum and sitting quietly or meditation is something that's been very powerful in my life. And so I'm walking through a fear within inside of myself. Hey, sis. Yeah, I can scare him, baby. Walking through this culture that I find myself in can be a very challenging thing. And so to have practices in my daily life that keep me. You're gonna sit that way? Yeah. That keep me balanced. We are essentially just energy. And so if you notice, you can go out into public places and you can feel changes within yourself, like high tension, or workplaces can be very much like that. And so I'm going to use this to basically hold myself accountable, and because it's been very challenging for about the past year. Addiction has been in my life, and it's not something that I'm going to hide from. It's something that I'm going to put in front of me and deal with it right here in front of me. And so I know that meditation has changed my life in such a beautiful way. You can call it anything. You can call it sitting quietly. There's so many different names for it. Essentially, it is being able to watch what goes across this thing. 60,000 thoughts a day they say we have on average, and most of them thoughts are just from our past experience. And so we take on this past experience as who we are. And so if a lot of negative stuff has happened in my past, or what I'll call negative stuff, it can tend to come into this moment right here and affect me. And so it's a matter, hey babe, please don't climb on the bookshelf, okay? Thank you. It's a matter of balancing or aligning myself to that which I truly am. And there, this mind is a tool, and if used correctly, you can create the life of your dreams. And if we don't know that it's a tool we can use,
It's a black kitty.
The black kitty, she's probably upstairs sleeping. She might be upstairs sleeping. I have the two little ones, and okay, baby. In order for me to be a beneficial presence to them, in order for me to guide them into growing up and having a life that means something, and life itself means something, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, no matter the case, life means something. And I'm seeing a lot of challenges in our world, and I'm having them myself. So for me, this is a way to balance that out and hold myself accountable. Hey sis, can you stay? Can you go in the back for me, Ben?
Okay, I go back.
Life is really enjoyable when I allow it to just happen. The other side of that is not allowing it to happen and being in resistance to what I'm creating, being in resistance to the very thing that I'm creating. Regardless, I'm taking full responsibility for myself, and that responsibility for myself is is a responsibility to you as well. So I believe essentially we all are one. We look like different, like I'm a laptop, she's a tablet, you have cell phones. We have these different bodies. And then we got Windows 7, Windows 8, Vista. So they have all these different programs running. And essentially inside there, where the electricity, the flow of life is what comes through us. It's just what comes to me as the truth. And so I'm using this to hold myself accountable. And I know with sitting, it turned my life around in such a huge way that there's no denying the truth that it brings. And the truth for me ultimately is love. Ultimately, the truth is love. And if whatever it is doesn't root back to it for me, I'm not able to speak it as the truth. And so I'm going to do this every day. And I'm going to do it to save my life. I've talked about this for so long, and I haven't taken action. And so right now you're just getting very honored if you're watching this, that you're taking time out of your day to sit with me with my stuff. I'm just going to sit and play the drum for probably 15 or 20 minutes. The drum for me, it was the very first thing that allowed me to start sitting. Because once I can get going with it, there's no thought. And so it's in essence the meditation itself. And then every day I'm going to get on here and I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit quietly. There's a whole lot of stuff being talked about in the world, which is awesome. Ideas are the very thing that will change this. It's just a matter of allowing them to come in, allowing myself to be able to see them in others, and then and allowing myself to move in the direction that's going to give me a world that I want to see, which is basically a world that works for everybody. And I know we have a bunch of challenges before us. I know we have some work to do. I have some work to do. And we'll start doing that work, and we'll start to see the changes. So, can I so I'll sit here and my mind thinks to what I'm doing, and because I get stuck on that, I'm not able to enjoy that. Hey, come here. Did you see what just happened? What? Are you okay, sis? What happened? Did you trip over the weights? It was no one's fault, baby. That's all right.
The weights are hard.
They are hard. So can we move them over by that window? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Sissy, don't throw it on the couch. We can play. Let's just play over in this area that's it's not anything over. We are house sitting for friends right now, so that's why I'm keeping an eye very well. I want to make sure. I'm gonna stop yapping and just.
Yeah, my bone. Come on, boy. Let's go.
Look, there's things that can be broken. You see that? You see all this stuff? You don't want to break it. I'm just saying, make sure you're not throwing stuff.
No, don't let them nail.
Coach, you go out there. Come on, Bubba. Go out there. All right. It's a balance. It's a balance. If I get caught up too much in my own stuff, I'm not being a beneficial father. If I get caught up in my own stuff, I'm not allowing them to grow up as children. If I force all of this programming that I've taken on, if I force it onto them, I'm not doing this world. Hey, Baba. No, please. Mm-hmm. So what do I feel? I feel frustration, a little frustration comes up, and they're merely kids doing some things. And on the other hand, when my children are doing things that it's just such a balance. Such a balance. Thank you, Sissy. Thank you, babe. If it was my home that we're in right now, I wouldn't be much of that going on. This is a bigger house, so there's a lot of stuff that can. Coach, is my water good, bud? Oh, we caught you. We caught you, Bubba. Come here. Come say hi. So there's no, this is something I'm just going to learn and walk through. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. I'm definitely walking through some fear of judgment of what the world can say. And the only reason I know is because I was a very judgmental person. Judgments are, I don't want to get into talking about it at all. And then I do. Hey, let's not have them running up the steps, Bubba.
The coachy boy only wants his blue bone. White and blue
How do you know
bone.
that?
Because he loves it. Every time
How
I
do you
blow.
know that's only what he wants?
Well, because, like, every time I blow, he gets it.
Yeah. You want to sit and you want to say hi to everybody, Easton?
Who's everybody?
Everybody's all of our friends that are watching.
Everybody in the world?
No, just whoever chooses to watch. Come here and say hi to me real quick, will you? Hey. Hey, Bubba. Come here. Will you show them will you show them meditation?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Meditate.
Like even him as a 5-year-old, like he realizes he has realizations of stuff that I know 30-year-olds haven't even realized yet. So the children are much closer to the source of us because they were there last. We've been here the longest getting programs, so they're actually great teachers. Come here, Bubba. Here, grab your. You want to grab your pillow? The pillow instead?
No.
Or just do a little short one, and I'll have you walk him in. You want to walk him into a meditation real quick? Hey, baby, if he's showing teeth like that, it probably means you don't want to grab the ball. Okay. And here we go. Hey, sing that song. What was that song you got? Love, love, love. Come here, come here.
Love one another and trying to use this
And your brother, love, love, love one another and be kind. Your sister and your brother, love, love one another and be kind. To your sister and your brother, love, love one another. Is that kind? Sissy, come here, babe.
What happened?
She stepped on the bone and Coach had it in his mouth. And he almost bit her.
Man.
Come here.
That's why she won the way.
Come here, listen. Who is the first?
Go get him.
No, you're gonna. Easton, please come here for a second. Please.
No, 1 foot.
Sit down right here for 1 second. Come here.
Right there. What if I kiss the phone?
No. Just put that down and sit right here and be present with me for right now. 1 second. Look. How do you feel right now?
Mustache.
How do you feel?
I feel like a mustache.
You feel like a mustache.
Yeah.
Some days I feel like a mustache. Why do you feel like a mustache?
Mustache is on bone.
Huh?
Instead of bone.
What do you mean? What does that mean? How
How
do you feel when you look at this right here?
Mustachy. Mm-hmm.
You feel mustachy. That's why I felt an itch on my mustache. Will you walk us into just a short meditation? Okay.
Yeah.
What do we got to do?
Okay.
What do we got to do?
Can't put my feet up on the
You want to
chair.
sit on the floor and I can put it down like this?
Yeah, maybe I'll sit down.
Okay. And it'll stay up here because his bones are a little older. Okay, what do we do? What do we do?
This is how I meditated on the couch and the car.
Okay.
Dad, let me tell you something.
Dad, I saw my cat.
You saw the black cat? Oh,
Dad.
that's beautiful.
Dad, let me
baby.
tell
It goes down.
Actually, toys aren't that. Actually, toys like aren't that like cool.
Please, sis, let's not do that.
Toys aren't that cool.
Toys aren't that cool?
No.
Why?
Well, toys are that cool, but do this like.
Sissy,
You
she
know,
almost bit you last time. You realize that, right?
like
Baby, I just want you to see the possibilities.
do like they didn't they're not like cool like no.
So we're talking about toys.
Yeah, and they're not like. They all cool, but
What brings us up? We were talking about meditation. And so that thought came in while you were sitting there?
but toys. I don't really like buying toys.
You don't want to buy toys? Well, this is breaking news. You see what sitting quietly helps children not want to buy new toys every day.
Oh, there it is.
So that's That's awesome, Bubba. Can you just will you speak what sitting quietly has helped do for you?
Yeah.
What? Come up here so we can hear you because the microphone's up here, Bubba. Come on up here. Go ahead.
Sitting quietly helps me get rid of the bad thoughts. What?
Sitting quietly helps him get rid of the bad thoughts.
Oh,
And
Kitty, you and so too.
Kitty's in there too?
Yeah.
That's what it does. It's not about getting rid of or resisting any of the thoughts that come into mind.
I just don't like getting toys that much that I used to.
Well, you used to want to get toys all the time?
Yeah.
Like,
But now I don't want to get toys like all the time.
what do you want to do now?
Like play ball with you,
Mm-hmm.
go to the park,
What do we do down at Lower Limbs?
and go creek walking.
Creek walking. Yeah.
And catching crawdads with you.
Yeah.
And
Catching crawdads. Here, let's talk to our friends.
and holding baby chicks.
Holding baby chicks.
And seeing baby ducklings. Actually, the grown-ups now.
What about the turkey?
And seeing baby turkeys.
Will you tell them the story of the turkey while I go get some water?
Yeah.
All right. Introduce yourself. Say hello.
Hello. Now, I'll tell you about the story of the baby turkey. Once upon a time, there was a baby turkey on the road, and then we found him. Then we blamed them to low winds, and there was a mommy turkey there. So the mommy wanted the baby, and we gave her a baby. Okay. Now, Indie Gloppin, catching crawdads, baby chicks, baby turkey, and what else? We like sleeping there, and camping, and having hot dogs. Told them the story already.
Yeah, about the baby turkey?
Yeah.
Yeah. The baby turkey story is awesome.
People are watching us on TV.
It's all right, Bubba. What are we doing here? What are we doing when we're being like this in front of people? It's very challenging, I feel, for me. And so, and I think for you maybe too. And so what are we spreading?
Peace and kindness.
Peace and kindness.
Mom,
We're spreading.
I don't like getting toys as much.
He led a meditation.
I don't like getting toys as much as I used to.
One simple 2-minute meditation. So we'll say hi to Shano and Marley.
Hi.
You say hi, Mar? Yeah. We'll see a little more of them. We all have whatever we're feeling walking through this.
Who's the kitty?
Broadcasting sort of our life. And I'm here to be positive, support positive, because ultimately it's all of us that will be able to create the world that we want. And with all the stuff that's happening now, that's not what I want. So I'm just taking responsibility for it. been a very challenging year for me. And so to be able to have this right here, it's a gift, because through seeing that, through the experience of just sharing it is the gift for me, and for that to be able to be held accountable right now. I'm just going to broadcast it to the world, and every day be here and at least do something on here to make sure that I'm being held accountable. So yeah, so now that we got a chance, play the drum. You guys are more than welcome to come in here. So I'm doing it. I know how challenging. I put peaceful and conscious parenting as the title to this. And the reason that came is because Shannon actually started a peaceful and conscious parenting group where parents got together and was like talking about the challenges that they were having in parenting. Parenting is such a challenging thing, and I'm not here to do it on my own. For me, it's about seeing what works and then sharing that with everyone, and then allowing other stories to come in. People's stories have affected my life in a positive way. Something that I would hear someone say, I would use that in parenting, and it would work. And it was like taking all these little things and putting them into place to create a life that I want, in a world that I want to live in. And so parenting is a huge part, because these our kids, our children of the world, are growing up in a very stressful world, a very chaotic world at times. And until we start to teach tools that they can use to, and take these tools on ourselves. I have to take these tools on, learn them, practice these tools in my life, and then apply them. And then once I do it, then I can sort of guide my children into doing it too. How can I teach them about forgiveness, or not teach? Ultimately, they'll come up with their own idea of what it is. Essentially, these tools that we have to help walk ourselves through this experience called life are very valuable, and they're not necessarily taught mainstream. They're in the corners. They're in the and they're there. This thing we call the World Wide Web, the internet, is just amazing. I believe it is a thing that's been hurting us for a real long time. The stuff that's that one can find on here, and then I also believe it is the very thing that can walk us into a much better world if we'll use it as a tool. I'm not here to cast stones on nobody or judge anyone else in a negative way, because I know all of the experiences that I've been through in my life that were negative. They were what brought me to this point right here. And I've served time in prison, drugs, alcohol, was prone to violence, and I was able to walk myself out of that. And it was the hardest work that I've ever done, to walk through my own stuff. So you'll see a bunch of Buddhas. This is a friend of ours' house. It's a beautiful home. Very grateful for you, Mary Jean and Larry, for letting us house sit. I'm not a Buddhist, or I am. I'm not a Christian, or I'm none of them. They're all labels to me. They're teachings that have great teachers in them, and I believe there's many paths up the mountain, and I honor each and every path that anyone chooses. People can speak of what religion they are, and They make them no more or less than myself. As long as everything's rooted in love, it all works for me. And it took a while to get there. So I'm just gonna sit for a little bit and play this drum and find that space in me, because I still have a lot of nervous energy that I'm feeling from broadcasting on here. So I'm just gonna find that space. So you're more than welcome. I'd be honored if you found it. Hey, they're just our kids riding. Coach. Just have to sit with it, man. The thoughts succumb so quickly. The thoughts, and then they produce the feelings. So as I'm sitting here in a space wanting, this thing wants everything to go right, whatever right is. And in a split second, this thing could decide that that's not right. And that's not right. In a split second, this can decide that that's not right. And then within myself, I feel a feeling of frustration, which can very easily turn into anger. And then I'm reacting. I'm reacting to the world from this space. And it's a very toxic cycle to get in. And so this is the only thing that finds me free. So in that, I can recognize, I could feel. So it's only the feeling of the frustration that allows me to go right back to the thought and see what that was. And that was the coach is barking. He's over there on the windowsill. There are little kids that are riding their bike. This story will continue on. And it's like, no, I've bought into this thing. It's a tool. And it's a tool. Like, we are not our minds. We use them as tools. And I'll get more into that. I'm willing to talk about all this stuff. At least this is just my perspective. I'm just sharing my perspective. Not saying it's right or it's wrong. It just is my perspective. And I'm feeling called to share it. About it, man. I've been thought that. I'm going to choose to go outside and play with the kiddos. I think that's the best thing for me to do right now. So, thank you. I'm seeing there's a viewer here, and I said to myself even before this started that it's not really gonna. The people that are on here, I'm not going to allow it to. The amount, meaning the number, is. It's not really that important to me because it's that I'm doing this for me. Because when I take care of myself, then it naturally is the flow that goes out into the world. And so I'm just honored to be in your experience right now, and I'm looking forward to doing different stuff on here, like technically challenged. And so figuring this stuff all out is it's going to take however much time it is. And so I also want to make this fun. Because although we have a world that we live in that we see a lot of stuff going on, negative things in the world, if I allow that to keep me in a space, like fun is very important. Fun is very important. Feeling peace, feeling joy within myself is very important. And because in essence, that's who we are. And that energy is that. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. So I just want to say that I thank you for spending time. Share it if you feel called. It's rooted in wanting to see a better world for everyone to live in. And so I'll always be coming from that space. There's no hidden agenda other than wanting to see some of the suffering end on this earth. So that's what I'm doing it for. Because when I do this right here, it eases my suffering. So I want to thank you for joining me and friend me, or I'm going to link up all the different little things, I guess, somehow, some way. And it would be an honor for you to go on this ride, and would love to hear any comments or hear some of the stuff that you'd like to share as well. If anybody would like to speak a little more personally, I'm definitely available to do that. We'll see what it turns into. Blessings to everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you much.